From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger. Let's get you right to Kruger's Quick Cast. As you're heading out the door this morning, it may be a little chilly, especially in the higher elevations, but I do expect those temperatures to be somewhere in the low 60s, even for the valley. So maybe not necessarily a light jacket, but it will certainly be a nice, refreshing start to the day before it warms up. But it's not going to be as warm as it has been. You notice the clouds out there this morning and some fog along the coast. Some rain that is approaching. This will weaken by the time it moves on shore, but there could be a passing sprinkle, maybe even a brief light shower for northern Humboldt and into Del Norte County. Eventually, it works its way through Siskiyou County through the afternoon, and then going into the afternoon and evening, we start to see maybe a chance for some of those showers into Modoc County and maybe even extreme northern portions of Lassen, and we even can't rule out some of that activity getting close to the northeastern portions of Shasta County as well. Is this going to be a lot of rain? No. Is it going to be measurable? Most likely not, but if we do, we're talking about a trace to a few hundredths. But you'll also notice the increase in cloud cover. Now, what you're seeing here is mainly in the form of some mid and high level clouds. We're not going to see a lot of those puffy cumulus clouds that are closer to the ground or closer to the surface. So you'll probably just kind of see a bit of a gray sky out there with some sun filtered through there through the second half of the day today. But then going into tonight, there you can see those clouds begin to kind of move on out, although still some clouds off to the east before everyone sees clearing, minus, of course, the coast. Still seeing some of that fog tonight and into tomorrow morning. So here's what we have in store for us today. Temperatures not as warm. In fact, some of us in the valley, especially to the south, may struggle to get out of the 80s today. Maybe partially due to the fact that it depends on when those clouds move in and how thick they get. If they're a bit thicker, yeah, maybe not quite as warm, but there you can see temperatures in the 60s, 70s, even some 80s in the higher elevations, and in the low to mid 60s. It's been pretty warm for the coast the last few days, even some 70s in there. That won't be the case, though, for today. Looking at your 7-day outlook, again, this is one of those things where you've just got those temperatures kind of going down a bit. They go back up, then back down, then back up to about 100 degrees, but basically upper 90s after tomorrow. We're talking about upper 90s to about 100 degrees here for many of us in the valley, and maybe places like Chico, maybe more like the mid to upper 90s. But get the idea. We're cooling off today and tomorrow, but it's going to be significantly warmer again toward the end of the week and this upcoming weekend. For the coast, temperatures mainly low to mid 60s. Inland, we're talking back in the low 90s, and there you can see for Trinity County also in the 90s, eventually looking at that long range. For Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains, also seeing that temperature spread just kind of going up and down. All right, so there's your Kruger's Quick Cast. Do want to remind you that you can share your photos from the free Weather NorCal app. All you've got to do is make sure you've got the app, number one, in your iPhone or your Android device. Just search for Weather NorCal in your app store. It'll be right there. Download it for free. You scroll to the very bottom of the app, and that's where you can share your photos, and it will walk you through the process, like what we have here from Austin Grissom. Look at this photo. He calls it Neighborhood Watch. Yeah, you can bet that if you come across that guy, you'd be like, no thanks, I'm not going to really get anywhere near him. Not exactly sure where this is, but honestly, I know it's probably somewhere here in Northern California. Absolutely gorgeous. The sun right behind that bull there. What a great shot. Thank you, Austin, for sharing your photos. We'd love to see yours as well. Let's take a look at our weather headlines. Not as hot today, with about a 10-degree drop from what we've seen here. Now, a slight chance for some sprinkles, maybe even a light shower to the north today. Mainly northern Humboldt, Del Norte, Siskiyou County, and Modoc County. Temperatures kind of keep going up and down here over the next 7 to 10 days. No major heat waves, but also it looks like it's going to remain fairly dry. But in the long range, I am seeing the potential for some cooler weather. You'll see that in that 10-day trend here in just a bit. But the winds today, they are picking up. They're going to be coming in from the south, 15 to even over 20 miles per hour in the valley, and stronger than that in the eastern mountains. Now that is going to elevate that fire weather risk, especially in the eastern mountains here for today. And as we take you into your Thursday, now what we're starting to see happen is the winds are dying back down again. So it's mainly just going to be today as that system passes to our north. It'll help to elevate those winds a bit and unfortunately our fire weather risk as well. So there you can see the humidity levels, they are increasing, but it's still low. You know, typically we're in the single digits and you think, wow, that's really low. And then when you get to close to 20%, you're like, wow, that's high. But it's not. So these are still very dry conditions, and if a fire should start, especially under the windy conditions, even though the skies may be overcast, we still got that danger out there. There you can see the humidity levels are dropping as those winds do begin to drop for your Thursday. So that ridge of high pressure is over here. You see how it's kind of pushing eastward. Look at this. I mean, some decent rain that's going to be pushing through the Pacific Northwest. We've got a little bit of a spin right here as well. That's just going to clip Northern California. So these clouds will be coming on in, and it's going to be overcast for a period of time for this afternoon. But then once this kind of moves on out, we're going to be looking at those skies clearing out. So let's take a look at Futurecast. Here we are at about 11 o'clock this morning. So in the mid to late morning hours, we have a chance for a passing sprinkle, maybe even a light shower for Del Norte County, northern Humboldt County, and maybe even extreme western Siskiyou County, say around Happy Camp, for example. Right? Then we go through the afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. See how it pushes eastward? So it pushes through Siskiyou County. Now we're seeing the overcast skies there. Maybe a passing shower, even extreme northeastern Shasta County and eastern portions of Siskiyou County as well. Then that pushes eastward into Modoc County. You got a chance for a few showers there as well by 6 p.m. And then you can see by tonight, that's all gone. The skies are clearing out tonight and tomorrow morning with the exception of some of that morning fog along the coast. But it looks like that may eventually dissipate here by tomorrow afternoon. And then we go into your Friday morning, and there you can see, of course, the mainly sunny skies here and those warmer temperatures in the forecast. Drier than normal conditions are in the forecast here as we take a look at the long range. There's the ridge of high pressure off to our east. That's what's been over us the last few days, why it's been so hot. But this cooler air is riding to our north, not only dropping our temperatures, but giving that chance for showers I was just showing you here. That moves on out, high pressure builds back in, it warms back up for your Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. Then we go into the weekend. An area of low pressure rides to our north, not as strong, but it will kind of keep those temperatures at bay a bit, but still you can kind of see this broad ridge of high pressure off to our east and also to our west, the two kind of working together, giving us these warmer temperatures, but we don't at least have this prominent ridge, so that should keep those temperatures at bay. Now we've got another area of low pressure, so you see how it warms up Monday, Tuesday, it's a little bit more of a ridge in there for early next week. But then as we go into Wednesday, Thursday of next week, we see a nice little dip in those temperatures again. In fact, probably a very good drop in our temperatures toward the end of next week, maybe in the 80s for everyone in the valley. So take a look at that temperature outlook here. There you can see we are in that warmer than normal. I mean, that's pretty much for the entire western United States. And then that, of course, includes us. So your 10-day trend, down, back up, slightly back down again, back up, and then nice dip. Remember I was talking about only reaching the 80s for most of us in the valley here by the time we get into Thursday and Friday of next week. That's below normal, but I mean, it's still going to be pretty hot as we go into the weekend and early next week. Temperatures well above normal for this time of the year. So yeah, I mean, this summer doesn't want to go away, but fall is going to try to make its presence known later on next week. So we'll certainly take that. Look at the wave heights. They can see they're still fairly high as you start heading out here. It looks like they will start to weaken a little bit going into your Thursday. So your marine forecast for your Wednesday, southwest winds at 5 knots, waves from the northwest at 8 feet at about 14 seconds. There's your high and your low tide and some of that patchy dense fog that we'll see out there. And of course, maybe some of those showers too. 91 for a high today in Douglas City. That's actually one of the warmer spots. Otherwise, mainly in the 80s for most of us in Trinity County. Clouds will be on the increase for Trinity County, but dry. For central and southern Humboldt County, probably dry, just some clouds moving in. 86 for Garberville, 66 for Shelter Cove, and Blue Lake about 68 degrees. Now up to the north, northern Humboldt, Del Norte County, through the morning, we could see a chance for a sprinkle or a light shower, but nothing significant is expected. Temperatures are going to be significantly cooler. More in the way of some of that cloud cover is going to make things a little bit cooler out there, but then we warm back up inland by Friday, Saturday, and into early next week. There you can see for Siskiyou County, a chance for a passing sprinkle or light shower through the afternoon for pretty much everyone. That includes Scott Valley, too, with Fort Jones about 83, 87 for Hornbrook, and Weed about 82 degrees. Taking you to Modoc County. Later this afternoon, maybe a chance for a passing sprinkle or light shower, but again, nothing significant is expected, with temperatures here in the low to mid 80s for your daytime highs. For the eastern mountains, dry conditions, just those clouds coming in for the second half of the day. Today, 85 for Janesville, 86 in Susanville, and Shingletown about 79 degrees. Now for the southern end of the valley, there you can see 89 for Los Molinos, 89 for Chico. So again, with those clouds moving in, that may help to prevent some areas in the valley from even reaching 90 degrees today. Now up to the north, that may be a bit of a struggle too. Basically around 90, give or take, for Redding, 90 for Bella Vista, Palo Cedro about 90, 91, 85 for Lakehead, and 86 degrees in Whiskeytown. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures are warming back up again though. We're back up to 100 degrees possibly by Friday. And basically upper 90s to close to 100 degrees here for the weekend into early next week. That is your morning update. I'll be back here at noon for the latest forecast.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.